Hello, everyone. This session will lead us closer to our minimum viable product, or the so called MVP. That brilliant idea you can generate based on a series of steps we would be taking in every task and every meeting. So, when we say minimum viable product, it is the smallest thing you can build that delivers customer value and, as a bonus, captures some of that value back sa imuha. But sometimes, generated minimum viable product by a team is not what the customer wanted. This is because this is due to the fact that the customer did not have any input in creating or manufacturing the product. And so a lot of products were made that didn't satisfy customers' wants and needs. So doing products without quality to the customer are waste. A waste of time, a waste of people, a waste of material, and a waste of resources. Therefore, there should be something different you can take so that your minimum viable product will work out best with your customers. And aside from the mentioned steps here, you need to ensure that your potential customer are engaged and involved in the making of your product. So for the steps, no, we need to build the minimum feature in order to get feedback. With that, dili ra kaayo dako pa ang imuhang gasto kay minimum feature pa man ang imong buhaton, no. So dili pa ka magastuhan in terms of time, people, material, and resources. Second is to quickly and iteratively get the customer feedback by conducting demonstrations, asking what they wanted to change, ask them if it's better. And lastly, as you get more feedback, you can add more feature to your minimum viable product. So the minimum viable product is not focused solely on the functional part of phase, now which are not usable to your customers end. So just like these examples. So nag-focus siya first, no, ang iyahang katong medyo minimum feature is the author created a ligid nga isa ka buok. So unsaon man na, unsa may quality nga makuha ana, unsa may value ana para sa tao kung isa lang kaligid. Another, nag-create siya duha ka ligid, murag gitagi-tagi niya ba? Hangtod nga niabot siya sa goal niya, no? So dili ing ani ang pag-design nato sa minimum viable product. No, so ang minimum viable product will focus on building smaller features but with consideration on the design, usability, reliability, and functionality that fits to the fulfillment of your customers. So kani siya nga example. So kung makita nimo kani first ang iyahang minimum nga gibuhat nga feature wherein kung tan-awon nimo magamit na gid siya sa tao. And then gibutangan ng handle hangtod nga nahimo siya bicycle to tricycle and then converted into cars. So, ing ana ta mag-design og minimum viable product. Alright? So, in our previous sessions, you were taught to find your ikigai first if you really want to succeed in life, right? You were able to discover that the term or kanang keyword nga naa sa center nimo, no, mo na siya ang butang that you really love doing, no, the thing that you are great at, and the people will pay for you for doing that, and that is the thing that the world needs. All right, so to help you come up with a great idea, you were able to form a team with diverse personalities, qualities, and mindsets. And you were able to determine what kind of a leader you are and slowly discovering your teammates as well by our interactive nga mga task and activities. But then expect that while working with your team on a particular aspect, after the brainstorming, after the collaboration sessions, there would come a time that the storming happens. So that is the challenging period of disagreements, na yung mga conflict na mahitabo. And usually, mahatabo ra ba na siya kapag nag-aapas mo og oras, no? Kanang 11th hour na bitaw, kanang nagabit na mo sa deadline. But don't worry because at the end of the tunnel, surely your team will find that light, no, that you are all are searching for, and that light will guide you to your goal and inspires and motivates you to perform better. All right, the last pinaka goal sa team ang gininyo is the performance. So to perform better not only for the team but for your plans on solving the social pain of the world. All right, also in our previous lessons, you were taught where you could possibly find real opportunities. These are the things we've tackled, and then we found out that there are a lot more techniques possible which are not listed in here, which will help your team to find the best idea. However, you just can't say, I like this part here. Like for instance, gigamit ni mo ning pick a target or someone to disrupt. All right? So you can just say, I like this part here and I want to focus my search on this aspect. You cannot do that without conducting a deep dive evaluation, right? So after knowing your ikigai, after forming a team, after presenting a lot of opportunity recognition streams, no, I want to introduce to you the next technique to recognize opportunity or to properly ideate. That is to identify the problem. The question is where and how can we identify problems to be solved, and how sure we are that we will be solving or we are solving the right problem. All right, so there are tips no in on problem identification. So first is do not mix the problems identified with recognizing solution. Kung nag-identify kag problem lang sa pag-focus. Ayaw sa ako na ang solution. Muna sometimes masayop ang mga nag-thesis bitaw kay sa statement of the problem ang gibutang dito kay solution na mismo. So, kay solution but then wa ka kabaloon sa imong problem. So, kailangan nimo i-define unsa gid ang problema, right? So, focus on identifying problems alone and don't think of the solution yet. Second is outline your areas of interest. List down nimo tong unsay gusto nimo nga part, unsa nga mga problema imong mga nakita. Choose a topic and narrow your topic. Define the purpose of the problem. If nakapili na ka, nalimtan din ako, no? So, kailangan mo pili kag isa ka pinaka-best nga problem. And who are the beneficiary if this problem will be solved. And then, i-assess ninyo if this problem is worth solving. Alright, so to identify problems, you can make use of the list of opportunity recognition presented previously or last katong previous nga mga meetings nato, or we can focus on the United Nations Development Plans na sila'y 17 ka sustainable development goals. And if we will check their website, so ani itong makita, no? So, as to the website, pwede mo mo sa undp.org and then you can find there the descriptions kung unsa da itong 17 ka mga goals nga gusto nila ma-achieve. Okay, so dinhi mabasa ninyo kung unsa ning sustainable development goals. All right, so ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. So there makita nimo ang first goal nga ginatan-aw sa United Nations nga masolusyonan is the poverty. Second is zero hunger, good health, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work, industry, innovation, and infra, reduce inequality, sustainable cities and communities. What else? Responsible consumption and production, climate actions, life below water, life on land, peace, partnerships for the goals. So if you are gonna click this part here, ano naman eh, may lumabas na ba? Why ni gawas? So makita nimo ang description sa goal, no? So makita nimo diha ang mga history, and of course makita nimo ang statistics diha, like 736 million people still live in extreme poverty, and 10% of the world's population live in extreme poverty, down from 36% in 1990. So daghan dihang mga statistics nga makapahinuklog sa ato ba nga halaka, I need to do something about this goal. I need um to engage myself para lang masolusyonan ni siya nga problema, no. So kana ang kana ang ginatan-aw sa United Nations, based aning si tawag ani 17 ka goals na kailangan ma-meet. Alright, so to sum up the SDG of the United Nations Development Plan, let's watch this 4 minute, or wala gani nag 4 minutes nga video presentation. Alright, i-play na nako.
I was refugee in Pakistan. I was refugee in Iran. I was refugee in Dubai. And now I'm a refugee in France.
Les gens, quand tu es handicapé, ils n'essaient même pas de voir ce que tu es capable de faire, mais ils te jugent à travers ton handicap.
Haberme vendido no fue una buena idea.
ធ្វើបែបនេះពួកខ្ញុំគឺជាសត្វឬក៏ជាមនុស្ស
यहाँ की लड़कियां कुछ नहीं कर सकती।
लाइट रहित अनि उजियार रहित हमरो बाल बचा उजियार रहित.
Agamami fumidan beni sapnami bem mushkilnami khat.
Porque se todo mundo tivesse alimento em casa, ela podia raciocinar. Então, poderia ser pobre, mas teria inteligência na cabeça para poder sair dali.
Parce que na mukili mutu azwa na mission na ye oyo nzambe atindela ye. Nga mpe naza mokili mpo na mission na ngai, me nzambe nde ayebi.
I've left my husband to be with a woman, and for me that's a huge step in my country as an African woman to do that. I do have a strong voice, and I'm strong as a woman speaking for myself.
Nous devons dire au monde que nous existons, que vous êtes là. Et je suis sûr qu'aucune misère, aucune pauvreté extrême n'est pas une fatalité. On peut la combattre.
mba afaka ihany fa mba tsy hitovy am'le hoe toerana nisy atsony zany, fa mba lasa ambonimbony tokoa zany izy. De tantromony reny de famihina teo zany any Telimeana.
Alright, so mo to siya ang murag summary sa ato ang sustainable development goals, no, from goal 1, no poverty, to partnership for the goals sa 17. So accordingly, every goal must be met for everyone, and the goal is to leave no one behind, and we need everyone to deliver on this promise. All right, so balikan nato si problem identification. That is, know where we can possibly find problems to be solved. It is as big as the United Nations in terms of scope, but we can also find problems at the very specific place you are sitting now, at the very specific thing your eyes are looking now, or try looking at one member of your family or one of your neighbors. Di ba makita nimo nga sa isa ka tao lang mismo daghan kayo kag problema nga makita nga dapat masolusyonan. Alright? So that would be all for today, and expect for another team task that will focus on problem identification. And thank you so much for listening.